Hey, good morning. Good morning. It is Thursday morning, otherwise Thanksgiving morning. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? I know that this is a holiday, but I wanted to reach out to you and say that I value who it is that you are. I really do value who it is that you have been taking the time to see what it is that we're doing here. Listen, this is Motivated Strength. My name is Shane Schultz. I have developed Motivated Strength for a reason, and that is to help others be more than the challenges that they face. Now, how I do that is with an optimal frame of mind. That optimal frame of mind is a higher way of thinking. The higher way of thinking can lead us to a higher level of living. Isn't that what we're all looking for in the first place? And when it comes to the holidays, I know that this is really important. And I'll tell you why. Because I've dealt with some challenges and struggles that involve the holidays. And maybe you might understand what I'm about to tell you. You see, when I was going through the holidays, I would isolate. I would isolate because things didn't seem right. They didn't feel right. It was kind of awkward to me. I would always try to be able to hang on to the best memory, or I would always try to make sure that we were doing the best that we could do, for that particular day, because I wanted the holiday to be the best. It wasn't perfect, I know that, but I wanted it to be as good as I could get it. Problem is I wasn't feeling it. Similar to what it is that I've mentioned before, when it comes to motivation and personal development. When it came to motivation and personal development, when I was younger, I knew that's what it is that I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to be just like Tony Robbins. I wanted to be somebody just like Oprah Winfrey. I wanted to be somebody who had the insight of Maya Angelou. I wanted to be able to inspire other people. I wanted to help other people be more than the challenges that they faced, even when I was very young. I just didn't realize how I was going to go about doing it. Now, when we're talking about the holidays, like I said, they were kind of tough for me because in the back of my mind, I was trying to keep them from ending. I was trying to keep them from being what it is that I really wanted them to be. And when I was not perfect, well, then I was kind of setting myself up, right? I was setting myself up to know that, no, this was not going to be a perfect situation. It wasn't ever going to be a perfect situation. There are going to be conversations that are going to be kind of awkward during the holidays. It always happens. Whether or not that they're talking about you or they're talking about somebody else, that's pretty much the status quo of how things happen. People get together and they have needs to talk about, right? They have thoughts to talk about, stories to tell. And sometimes those stories can be awkward, and sometimes they can seem as if like they're kind of like positioning themselves to you or something in that sense where you feel as if like that particular story is meant to tell about your worst case scenario or your worst time that you had or your worst position that you had done on a particular sporting event or whatever the case may be. Those things happen. They just happen naturally, right? Now, here's the thing. We've been talking about song lyrics. We've been talking about lyrics with different songs to be able to help us get the best way that we know how to get through the day, right? To get through the day in an optimal frame of mind. The optimal frame of mind, like I said, it's a higher way of thinking leading us to a higher level of living. These song lyrics, they are written there for their particular interest, but they can be utilized by us to help ours. And what we're going to be talking about today is don't be cruel. That's right. Don't be cruel from Elvis. Don't be cruel to the heart that's true. Did you know that some people that are out there that might be critical of you or somebody out there who might think that you could do more? Well, you know what? They still have a heart that's true for you. They want you to do the best that you can be. They want you to do everything that they envision you to be able to do. Now, I know that there are going to be times as to where they want too much. They want too much for you to be able to reach and be able to, actually clear that bar that they put in front of you. I know that happens. It happens to everybody. Remember, we talked about yesterday about how everybody trips, everybody falls. Well, everybody has those types of situations where there are loved ones who don't know how to communicate in a way that's going to be effective for you. That's just the bottom line. So let's talk about the holiday here. Let's talk about Thanksgiving in a different frame, right? Let's go ahead and look at it from a different point of view. If somebody's talking about you, that means that there's something about you that's of value to them. And normally, when they're talking about you, they have good intentions with you. So with that being the case, let's talk about how it is that we can look upon it that way versus we can look at it in a critical way. Now, I know that there are times that people will say, maybe you should not eat that much pie because you need to lose weight. Or maybe they might say that you might need to eat, right? For those who deal with gastroparesis and you have stomach ailments, there's times where people would literally say that you should eat more. And they may not even realize what it is that they're saying. They're just trying to feel and trying to envision what it is that they have seen about you and what it is that they have envisioned you to be able to be from the very beginning that they've known you. And some of those are our parents. They've known us for a long time. They envision us being the very best that they can see. They envision us being the very best that they can possibly imagine. But sometimes, they say things that aren't going to be able to be helpful for us. And then it's up to us to take ownership to look above that. It's up to us to take ownership and to leave the things that are going to keep us in strife, that are going to keep us in suffering, that are going to, I almost said stuffering, that would have been pretty good. They're going to be leaving us in pain. We need to leave those things behind us. We need to rise above those things. We need to find a way to be able to find a way to go where it is that we want to go. Where it is that we want to have those discussions with our family, where it is that we want to have our discussions with our friends, so that you can be who it is that you're meant to be versus the ailment that you exist to be, right? Because you're more than the ailment itself. You're more than the pain. You're more than the illness. Listen, you're more than the diagnosis. You're more than the stigma. So how is it that we're going to do this? Well, to use the optimal frame of mind allows you to have a higher way of thinking. The higher way of thinking is that you smile and you say, you know what? I know you love me. You know what? I know you love me. I know that you care about me. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something that we can both enjoy. Let's talk about something that's going to make a difference for us. Let's talk about a memory that we had in the past that is going to make us both smile and both enjoy the time together. Or let's find a new thing that we would do for a particular holiday. Let's do that together. Even though that I'm in pain, even though that I'm in illness, we could still find something that's going to make a difference for us. We can still find something that's going to have an impactful moment for us. I'll tell you one thing that I regret the most in my lifetime, and that is that there's not many pictures of me in my life with my family. There just isn't, because I wasn't around, because I was too busy searching in my suffering. I was too busy, kind of tripping over my problems instead of stepping into my solutions. I was too busy being in my suffering pain. I was too busy being in my mental illness. I was too busy being in my diagnosis. I was too busy being into my shortcomings. I was that type of person that was going through those types of things. Now, here's the thing. I was the guy that was just as good as what it is that I am now. I was just not seeing it. I was not being above what it is that my suffering would be. I was not finding a way in order to be more than the challenges that I faced. No, what I was doing is that I was just putting my head down and I was surviving. I wasn't living anymore. See, the holidays are meant to be lived. The holidays are meant to be enthralled. The holidays are meant to be empowered so that you can then take those memories for yourself. And you can keep them not only for a little while, but for a long lifetime to come. So what are you going to do? Remember, when you are going to your functions, when you go to your family, when you go to your friend's house, whatever that is, have a game plan. Have a game plan and realize that it's not going to be perfect. Have a game plan and realize that, they're probably going to be talking about something that isn't going to be really lending to you being happy. But you know what? They mean well. And most of them will mean well. And I know that there's some out there that don't, but I'm here to tell you most of them do. So if they're talking about you, it's because they value who it is that you are. And you are pretty amazing. So go ahead and show them how amazing you are. Show them what it is that they value. Show them what it is that you can be versus what you might merely exist to be. Show them that you can use your optimal frame of mind to now lead you to a higher level of living. And that's what we're all looking forward to do. Listen, we do this show Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We do this show so that you can start your day in a motivated, positive way. That way you can take on life's challenges as they are, right? Just like I'm talking about our family situations, our doctor appointments, our therapy situations, our pain treatments, whatever that case is. The optimal frame of mind can help us when we're going through these everyday things. Listen, let me know what it is that we can do to tear things around you, how it is that we can help you get unstuck, how it is that we can help you be empowered to crash through the ceilings that have been in your way, and how you can find those new instructions to get to the next level, how it is that you can find yourself being who it is that you're meant to be versus who it is that you might merely exist to be. Listen, I hope you have an extraordinary day. I know it's Thanksgiving for a lot of people, and for those who are there with your family and friends, I wish you Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Be safe and be memorable, all right? Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you again soon.